Good evening, everyone. So today, as you can see the heading, uh, Hello World in Java. So I will be showing you how to print Hello World in Java. So as we all know that whenever we learn a new language, the first statement, the first thing we do is print Hello World. So yes, today I'll be showing how a statement or any line is executed in Java. So this is the Java language. And also with that, today, as you can see, this is written in a basic notepad. So I will not use any ID like Eclipse or VS Code or NetBeans or anything. Today I will use Notepad, which is and I will show you very basic way of executing a Java program. So yes, that is all. And before that, I will also show you a very brief uh, explanation on the runtime environment and some libraries which are needed before writing the Java program. So let's start. Okay, so as you can see, this is a diagram. So before writing a Java program, we need a certain environment on which the Java program will be executed. So JDK is a development tool. JDK stands for Java Development Toolkit. It's a toolkit. It that contains compiler and a runtime environment, which will help us write the Java program and execute it. So without JDK, I cannot write any Java programs. So before writing the Java program, before executing it, I need to install this JDK. And while installing, along with that, we will get certain the more things like JRE and JVM. Along with it will automatically get installed along with JDK. So JDK is used for developing Java programs, and that is all. So once, uh, like after, so after installing along with them, we'll also get JRE as well as JVM. JRE stands for Java Runtime Environment, and JVM stands for Java Virtual Machine. So once a Java program is compiled, we need to execute the program. And for that, we need a runtime environment. That is Java runtime environment, which is nothing but JRE. So JDK comes with JRE Java runtime environment and development tools. So JRE now uh, JRE will contain library of Java classes and JVM. So inside the JRE, you can see this is JVM and these are certain libraries in the files. So JRE stands for Java Runtime Environment, which actually helps in executing the Java program. It contains certain class libraries as well as JVM. Now, JVM stands for Java Virtual Machine, which actually provides a runtime environment for Java. So, for executing Java program, we require JVM. That is a part of JRE only. Java programs run at JRE, which is actually executed by JVM. So that is all you need to know for now. I will explain one by one in the upcoming videos. I will be explaining in a detail about what is JDK and what is JRE and what is JVM. So for time being, we need to know that before executing a Java program, we need to have installed JDK that will help to develop Java program, and this will get installed along with JRE and JVM and certain Java classes. And one more thing you have to know that Java is a platform independent, whereas JVM, JRE, and JDK, these all are platform dependent. I will also explain this on the later videos that what that platform dependent and platform independent means. So for now, uh, this is all what I have to convey. So in my system, JDK is already installed. So JDK is already installed over here. So let's just dive in to how a Java program is executed. Okay. So, uh, okay. So this is so as I said earlier that I will not use any other IDEs that is Eclipse or like Spring Eclipse or VS Code and so I will implement this. I will execute this program in a basic way. That is, I will use this in a notepad. So I will show you how to execute the Java program and what are all these lines means. Okay, so let's start. So before that, uh, this is my Java folder. I have already created a folder where I will be saving all my Java files. So I've created a Java folder inside my C drive. So this is the C drive and I've created the Java folder over here. So right now it has nothing over here. So let's save this notepad file inside this Java folder. So for that, let's go to the file and save as, and I will save inside this my Java folder. And also I will save it by writing the class name. You can see I have to write the name of the Java file same as that of the class name. Why? I will explain it later on. So it is since it will be a Java file, so I have to save it with dot Java extension. So my first dot Java. Let's save it. So as you can see, all the red lines are gone because before that it was just a text file. That is why all the red underline was there. So as soon as I saved it with .java extension, so now this is not a normal notepad or text file. This is actually a Java file. So yes, you can see over here, the my first file has also created inside my Java folder and the type is Java file. Now, let's open the command prompt inside this. So if I write so now I'm inside this my Java folder. So if I hit enter, you can see. So my first .java file has been created that you can see over here. So at first uh, I will just execute the program. So first I need to compile it. So before execution of the program, I need to compile the program. So why compiling? Because I have to see whether this line of code contains any error or not. So before running, before actual execution, we need to compile the file. We need to compile the program first. So for that, for compiling, the command is javac and the file name, which is my first dot java. Hit enter. You see no error has come, so it means my file is completely error free. So as you can see, my first dot class name has been created. Now, what is that actually? You can see this my first is actually the name is same as that of the class name. So that's why I told that the class name and this file name has to be the same because in my class. So this is actually a class. What is this file actually means? So after executing this line, after write command, after writing this line and pressing the enter, JAVAC, JAVAC is actually a compiler. It is actually a compiler which compiles the my first.java file, and after compiling the file which is created, this my first.class, this is actually a compiled file which has no error in it. Okay, if there has been any syntax error or something, so there will be warnings over here. So right, though in that case, this my first.class file will not be created. Okay, so since this is created, this means that my Java program has been successfully compiled. Now this file will contain a bytecode, which is not human readable. So if you click this, if I open this file, let's open and see. Yes, you can see this codes, these are the codes which is not human readable. So basically this is in a bytecode. So when I have used this command java at my first.java. This is actually a compiler which is which helps to compile this my first.java file, and it will give or it will create a compiled file, and that file has a code which is written in a bytecode. The compiled file is written in the bytecode. So now, which is not a human readable, but I need to convert it into machine code, which is actually will execute the program. So for that, I need to call JVM. So my JDK part is done. So as I said that JDK is used to develop a program file, but after that, I need to execute a program. I need to execute the file. So uh, for execution, I need to call JVM to execute the program, to execute this my first.class. How will I do that? For that, I need to write the command Java and this class name, which is my first. I hit enter. Yes, you will see this hello world. So what is actually happened is when I've written Java my first, I'm actually calling the JVM. So now what JVM is doing, JVM is converting this file, this my class dot this my first dot class which is written in the bytecode is actually converting it to the machine code and executing the program. And when it is executed, and after executing the program, that means it's actually executing this file, this line of code, which is giving me this hello world. So when I hit enter, it is displaying me hello world. So this is how um, execution happens at the back of a Java program. This is how we execute a Java program. At first, we need to compile the file using Java myfirst.java. After this, the myfirst.java file will be, after compilation of this file will be done, this class will be generated, which is a dot class. My first dot class file will be generated. That will contain a bytecode. Now, after successfully compilation has been done, I need to execute the program. For executing the program, for executing this my first dot class, I need to write Java my first. This will call the JVM, and JVM will convert this class, which is written in the bytecode, into machine code, and it will execute the program, and that will give the certain output. And here the output is hello world. So as you can see, my hello world is successfully printed. So now let's get into this lines of code, that what are these lines, and what I will explain each and every line. So in Java, we need to write a class name first. Okay, I will explain this. What is import Java or I will explain this. Actually, a package. So before writing a class, we need to import some package so that we can use certain libraries, certain functions and properties of that package. So I will explain at the end that why I have used this line. Before that, let's start from this line. What is class and my first and all? So if you know if you know Python, so in Python we do not need to write class. Obviously we do need we whenever we implement some object and class based functions or anything, we need to write class and objects. But in Java it is compulsory to write class, because Java is a completely oops based program, oops based language, so we need to write a class name first. So you have to make sure the class name and the file name will be same. This is how we write a Java program. And after writing class and along with the class name, this curly braces start. Inside the curly brackets, we need to write a main method. So in Java, all the programs, the main execution starts from this main method. Without writing this main method, a Java program will never execute. So without the main method, so main method is actually the entry point of the all the executions of the Java. So this is a main method. As you can see, main base open close, and inside this is string args. Uh, I will explain what is this in the upcoming videos. So later on, just right now, just remember this is the it's a syntax. It's a right way to write string args. It's kind of like an important syntax. So now let's come over here. What is why we are writing public static void main? What's the reason behind this? Public is an access modifier. So in Java, we have three access modifiers. One is public, then private, then protected. So public means all the methods and the properties written inside the method will be accessible everywhere. So if I want to get access inside this method, I need to write this method as public. Any properties, any methods can be accessible globally, inside the class also and outside the class also. So for that, I need to make that method as public. So why only this main method is written public? Because when during execution, since I'm calling the JVM, so JVM, uh, when we say the program to execute the program, execute the main method, JVM should see the main method. So JVM calls its main method to execute this line. So if this access modifier would not be public, then of course JVM could not call this main method and execute this statements. So for giving access to JVM, I have to make this main method as private. So this is the reason why. So when we call a JVM, JVM calls this method as, so yeah, this is the reason why we use public as an access modifier to give access globally to the JVM so that JVM can easily call this main method and execute this hello world. Now static. So as we know, if you know about a little have it, if you have a little knowledge about class and object, you will know that uh, to get access of any class, let's say this is a my first class. So to get access of a class, we need to create an instance of that class or an object of this class to get all the access from that class. So but we can also do it with, if I want to, so if I don't want to create any object, let's say for any reason I don't want to create any object, without creating an object, without creating an instance, I can call that class. That can be possible if I make that method as static. So if I do not make a main method as static, so to access this method, we need to create the instance of this class, and then, so generally what we do when we want to access the properties and methods of a class, firstly we create the instance of the class, we create the object of the class, and then using the dot operator, we call the method like object dot method name, which is there inside the class. But if I make any method as static, then we should, so static means we do not, if we mention any method as static, we do not create the instance of that class, but we call that method by uh, through the class name. We call the method through the class name rather using an object. How we call it? Class name dot method name. So when JVM calls this main method, it calls like my first dot main. So this is, since the main method is static, so static means this main method is actually belongs to this my first class. So that's why, since it is a static, so JVM when calls this method, it calls the main function through my first. So this is the statement. This is why, so we do not need to create an object when JVM calls this main method. That's why we use static. And void means whenever, so a method does two things. Either it returns a value, a statement, or it executes within that statement only, within that method. So if if any method is stated as void, it means it will not return any value. So that's the reason. So main method does not return any value. Rather, it prints or execute any statement, any lines of code within that method only. To do that, main method is always stated as void. So this is the reason behind public static void main. Now inside that, you can see now after writing this line will follow by curly braces. Now inside this curly braces, we write the main statements of Java. Now this system.out.println, so as we know in other program language like Python, we do not require to write all these statements. Directly we write print and then the statements. So in Java, we need to write all these system.out.println. So what is system.out? As you can see, println, and this is parenthesis open close, which is actually means a method only. So println is nothing but a method. Now what is system? With system is a class. It's actually a class that belongs to a package which is java.lang. So this is the reason why we write into java.lang.start. So in java.lang, system class is contained inside this java.lang package. And since java.lang.start means inside the lang package, there are so many libraries, methods, and classes are there. To get access to that, we use import keyword to import all these packages. So system is a class which is contained inside this lang java.lang package. So system.out.println, system is a class. Out is actually a static member of the system class, and it is an instance of the print string class. So represent the standard output stream, which typically directs output to the console. So out is nothing but a static member of the system class. So system is actually a finite class. It's a class which is contained inside java.lang package. Out the package, and then out is a static member of the system class. And inside this out, there is a println method. There is a println method stored inside this out uh, member, out static member. And so yeah, so right now, this is a way of calling this println method from this dot operator. That's why we write system dot out dot println hello world. So this is it. This is how we execute a Java program. So as you can see, like in other language like Java, the people coming from Python, sorry, they do not need to write all these lines, but in Java, we need to execute before writing any print statement, we need to write all these lines of code. So this is all about for today's video. I will try to write more more codes on Java and will explain on it, but not in Notepad. In the upcoming videos, I'll be using like Eclipse, one of the IDEs of Java, and I will come with more topics. So thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed and see you next time. Bye bye.